start off. You know, throughout these past 2 weeks, this past week where it was just us in here, a lot of layers were peeled back, and there was small successes that can be built upon for all of us. And I know that we all have different leadership styles here, and we have personalities that go along with those leadership styles. And we've been here for so long that we've already formed our own ways of doing things, our own biases, and we kind of get locked on, and me included, where we get locked on into one way of doing things, and you kind of have to realize that sometimes it's not the right way to do things, and you have to accept help from other people, even if they're younger or they're older, they have a different view on it. And having gone through what we did when we started 2 weeks ago, I firmly believe that we're stepping in the right direction, but it's like what we said yesterday. We need to take the success that we've built upon here back to the people and not backstab each other, not talk behind each other's back. You know, if there's a problem with me, pull me to the side and say, you know what, hey, well, what's going on with this? And I should have the same confidence that if I have a problem with one of you, that I can do the same thing without being ridiculed or without, you know, kind of a negative connotation. And I think that's where we have to take this training that we had and move forward on it. And I think we can all do it. I really do. I mean, privately, we've all been one-on-one with each other, and we talk to each other fine. You know, it just so happens that when we get back to the PD, you know, maybe somebody might think you're being hypocritical because you said certain things about one of us in here, and how would it look like talking to them now? You know, and we got to get past that. You know, I mean, it's a great starting point here, and I love it. I love this training because I know I haven't in my 20 years never been exposed to, you know what, you got to own up to what you did. We've never had that training here, and professionally, I think it's great for us.
So I'll go next. I just want to also, I want to thank the Mikes for coming out here and doing what they do as well. I know sometimes throughout the training you said, hey, if you were able to influence just one person, it was all worth it. Well, you did influence me. You did get to me. I know that for me personally, I'm still moving in my career, so it's very beneficial for me to understand that this could definitely help me with the many things that we covered. Mainly also is being healthy individual. Understanding that if I'm not healthy, then we can't affect others, you know, other change. So I did also help that you know, we're able to distinguish personalities and stressors and things that could help us through the time that we're here. So the same thing here. I ask everyone as well. We be professional with each other. We trust each other. We be humble. If there's any point that, hey, we might agree to disagree, or you might not see an opinion, that's okay. That's okay. But I think it's important that we don't keep that or have another meeting and another meeting over maybe something that we didn't agree with. I think here, professionally, we can now sit down, speak with each other, and come to a common ground, or if that's your opinion, and we respect that. But for me, it has opened me, it has opened my mind to think differently, to continue to move forward. We're all here for the common good, you know, for the community. Also, community was big throughout the talks here, and why we do is what we do. So, you know, from my part, I just again really appreciate everything. Thank you again to the Mikes for doing what you do, and it really does help that you are giving back. I know you guys have been in your careers and you've done what you did, but we need folks like yourselves to help us that are still in it, so that we can continue with it and eventually. And I'll keep this. I wanna thrive, not just survive. So, thank you.
I wouldn't go. And all the time that I've been here, we've never had any kind of a training that's been similar to this. We've had different types of training, and we've all been in rooms together, and we've all done something similar, but it's never stuck before. So going from environment and a culture that we were in at an apartment where the morale was here and there, and all these different issues that we've had, I feel that we're on the brink of something really great here. So the next couple of weeks and months will be very crucial, that we need to be very positive, and we need to represent this, and we need to be unified. So we need our chief, of course, to work with us and include us in the decision. And with his support and with our support, we have a chance of making a real change in this department, thanks to this training.
I have been fortunate enough to have had management trainings, but the difference with these last 2 weeks is that, you know, I was sent to different trainings, and you'd come back and you'd try to implement some of the items that you were taught, and the pushback was so great. Now, with the fact that, you know, you gave us the opportunity, all of us, to sit in one room, all of us to get the same message, all of us to see the same vision, and all of us made accountable. There's no excuse for any one man in this room to say, well, no, I don't agree with it. We've all been through the same thing. All of us have been informed of our deficiencies, where we were at, how unhealthy we were, how unsuccessful we were. You know, you've been 90 days with us. It's man, the turnaround of this department in the last 90 days has been unbelievable. You hear it from the staff, hey, I'm excited to come to work, I wanna come to work. With these past 2 weeks, you hear it from the sergeants, you hear it from the lieutenants, say, I'm excited to come back to work. I'm excited to see where we're gonna go, what direction we're gonna do. You know, whatever happens today, from this point on, I know for a fact that you know, we're gonna be a different police department. Lieutenant Ryan and myself are the ones with the most tenure. I can tell you, I'm excited to come to work. I love coming to work, and me personally, I can guarantee you that this will be a different department. We are going in the right direction, and we're not gonna let you down. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm gonna piggyback off, I guess, of Lieutenant Robles and Lieutenant Ryan. Myself too, been through a lot of leadership trainings, management schools, and so on, but nothing to this level, and nothing so, I guess, on the human side. We get taught a lot about how to run things, how to do things in the department, but we really never seen the human side of things as of this past 2 weeks. First week, I think part of that class that every officer should go through, to realize how we need to stay healthy. I've been through some of that training before with Dr. Bill Martin, and it's awesome training. You know, it's something that should be, you know, refreshed every couple of years for every officer in the department. Stuff we've learned here in this past week with the lieutenants, I think we've grown stronger as a group. I think our friendships have gotten stronger, our work relationships have gotten stronger, and because of that, in this training, our department's going to really flourish at this time. And I'm excited to get into it, get back, get my sergeants, get my personnel, start implementing all this, you know, and it's just an exciting time. And in law enforcement, this is my 30th year law enforcement, and I'm excited as day one of becoming a police officer. So thank you, Mike, both Mikes, and Chief Harvey, thank you for making this.
And learning different personalities, learning how we were so different but similar at the same time, and just learning about ourselves, period, I think was one of the greatest things that we as cops, you know, have difficulty understanding. The whole aspect of the different styles of leadership, the different levels, and within the department, the different selves that we have. I mean, all that opens your eyes. You know, maybe we're doing things, not that we're doing things the wrong way, but it was the wrong perception. We're doing things that we thought was right, but it was in our perception, and we weren't taking account as to what others were feeling, and silos started happening. We placed ourselves in silos, and then we started doing cliques, and our cliques became our own silos. And next thing you know, you had team A versus team B versus team C, and it was creating a lot of hostility, a lot of ill and unwellness emotions. And I I will say this personally, I saw a lot of growth from myself. I know that I saw a lot of things that I had to improve on. And, I don't think we would have been able to get there without, us accepting the training that, Mr. Alexander and Mr. Wilson brought forward to us and be open about it. And Chief Harvey, I can say, a lot of people come and try to implement things when there is no belief in what we're doing. It just goes to wayside. Nothing happens, and I think that's one of the things that we've all experienced in our career. I can tell you one thing is that this training isn't just training. This is, a lifestyle. It's a new way of living. It's a new way of being cops. It's a new way of being police officers. And I have to agree with what, all week after we're done with the training, then we go to our, back to the office to do our little paperwork that we have to catch up on, cause it's a lot. You hear from the officers, and so how's the training? What are they teaching? They wanna know. The sergeants say, hey, well, what did they teach you this week? Because they were so impressed by the training that we received. They wanna know what it is that us lieutenants are gonna provide them. And all these things, and we tell them we're building a new mission statement, a new vision statement, the core values, the guiding principles, and they're like, well, what is that? So we sit down and have conversations. I mean, I've been having conversations with sergeants and officers 2-3 hours after I'm done with the training. So, cause the interest is there. I think we've just forgotten one thing in our, everybody's been here over 10 years, and most of us have been over here 20 years. I think we've just forgotten why it is that we became cops, why it is that we became police officers. And this training has really opened up our eyes and say, this is why we became police officers. To be a public servant, to serve the community, but also to serve each other, help each other, and grow with each other. And, I guess I can talk further, so I'll just stop it. Guys, I just wanna work, I just wanna go forward, and I wanna make sure that we leave the younger troops in a position where they will be able to, succeed in places that maybe we weren't able to finish or to reach because of our tenure. But when we were the young people there to take over our spots, and, Chief, and anybody that's listening out there, guys, this is for real. This isn't hokum or anything, this is a real deal, guys, and, every department, any agency can and will benefit from this. Thank you, Chief Harvey, Mr. Alexander, Mr. Wilson, thank you so much. I'm all in, thank you.
No, I agree with that. When I started working here, I was, fresh out of the military, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, wanted to help everyone, and basically, that's how it started. And little by little, I started seeing all the cliques, everybody's just out for themselves, it's a job, it's not a career. And that's the rut that we've gone into, and it, honestly, it became pretty bad. We have people not wanting to play with each other, not wanting to help each other, and for me personally, I'm more of I like to keep everything to myself, because I'm not an outward going person like Sergeant Mendoza over there. But with this training, I feel empowered. I feel like I can make a difference, and not only do I feel it, I know it. I've been given some information, my world is just completely opened up, and I'm fully excited, and I believe that once we start implementing what we learned from here, it's not even an implementation, it's gonna become natural. We're gonna do what we do, we're going to show what we've learned, and it's just going to permeate. And I believe everybody, all our subordinates, they're all going to climb aboard, like Abram was saying. They're already asking, they already wanna know, they want this information, they want to know what we know. And I'm more than glad, and I feel very powerful that it's gonna happen. It's cause it's already on the way. Just like Joel said, your arrival here just completely put a stop to what was going on, and we're already headed in the right direction. And we're gonna be there. And I appreciate you having an interest in coming to Pharr. Believe me, we all had an interest in change. Everybody had an interest in change. And we're certainly glad you're here. We're certainly glad that you had the foresight to bring the mics here, because without these guys, we'd still be in a downward spiral.
Lieutenant Leon stole my thunder.
I think we're just gonna forget about it.
Knowing Eric is ditto.
No, pretty much with Lieutenant Leon, that's what I was actually thinking. He actually like either read my mind or anything, but yes, Chief Harvey, like I am thankful that you actually accepted to be chief for Pharr. I know we kinda needed an outsider, like the first day that both mics were there. I didn't see the lieutenants working as a group. As me, I've only had like a year and a half as a lieutenant. So I kinda like, yeah, Owen gave me some insight to be a lieutenant. Lieutenant Edmondson as well, Abram, he also gave me some advice, and so did everybody else, including Chief Gonzalez. But thanks to you for thinking outside the box, for bringing both mics, because ever since they got here, the officers would come up to me and tell me, hey, it's a good thing they're there. I'm like, we're able to voice our opinions. There's no retaliation of what can happen if they say what's going on, what they actually feel. So I'm kind of glad for that. This whole week and last week was pretty much a blessing, because I know some sergeants, they have been apologizing to the officers. So, and the officers are kind of like, whoa, what happened in the training? I'm like, well, it's good stuff. I'm like, both mics, they know what they're talking about, so they know how to engage what we need. So that was like an eye-opener for me. And I know this week, I'm like, we're all lieutenants. He has more experience and stuff also. He might as well be a lieutenant, and I know Chief Gonzalez, but yeah, it's been an eye-opener. I like that both Abram and Lieutenant Leon were able to speak to Wango, because he also saw himself as an outsider. And I know I'm not like pretty much everything that he does. I just feel like an outsider, but thanks to this week, I'm like, we're all equals. We all see each thing differently, but we as a group have to come together for everybody that goes down, so we can lead the PD like you want us to. So thank you both mics, and thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Eric. This is to hear you guys and to hear Eric really is something, right? Because Eric's the future. I mean, you'll be here for a little while. But I want to say really, I'm just proud of you guys coming together and look what you guys did together in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I know it was hard. I know you talked about being mentally drained when you got home and you just wanted to crash out, because it is draining. But it shows that you care about this department, and you didn't just go through the motions to check that box and come to training and go home. No, you care about this department, and you can see it, you can just feel it. But listen, I know you looked at me, and I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. But this is us, man. This is not me and working. This is has to be our vision. And I told you from the very beginning, right? We had to change our belief systems and how we think. And perhaps a lot of us, and I'm included, we haven't challenged even ourselves. And there's some things that we've learned are wrong, or may not be true anymore. That means we haven't grown, we haven't changed. So I'm just excited for you. I'm excited for the PD. I'm excited for us. And I love that the troops are wanting to know what's going on over there. What's and that's an exciting thing. But listen, change is coming. And I love that we talked about change and transition and what that's gonna look like. Because it's gonna take us, all of us, in order to make sure that change is done in a way that is gonna be accepting, and there's gonna be some hurts and some pain that goes along with the changes. But we have to always understand it's not about any of us in this room. It's about the betterment of this organization, and every decision we'll make is about them. So it's about the young Erics, and I'm excited for you. And some of you still have some time left, like I know, Johnny does, and so I'm excited for them. But think about the opportunity that's about to happen. We're about to accelerate and hopefully grow this department, and as something, I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. When people out there know and see the fruit of what we're doing here and how it grows, people are gonna come knocking on this door. And I know we don't have officers generally move from agency to agency, watch. It's gonna happen. Not because, we're just, because they're gonna see something that we're doing something special. And, people are attracted to that, they wanna be something, part of something special, so. Anyway, I'm excited, this is a good thing, I know it hurt, but it doesn't stop here, we gotta continue this. But hold each other accountable and have those conversations, we cannot allow things to fester anymore. So if I have a problem with you, we need to talk about it. And, because we're really hurting our organization if we don't, so. I'm humbled and I'm just excited to be a part of this group. You guys are the ones who take this to the next level. I just get to go along for the ride. Thank you, Mike, for being here. You guys are something else, man, and